One of the most confusing things about a narcissistic individual is they do not treat you badly all of the time. Sometimes they can treat you better than most, and then other times at the flick of a switch they treat you worse than anyone ever has. Yet they find a way to blame you, so you end up questioning and doubting yourself, and you end up holding on to that belief of the person who can treat you so well. And this is due to the narcissist manipulation and their tactics of idealization, devaluation, and discard. You can have a grandiose narcissist or a fragile, vulnerable narcissist. The grandiose will be confident, which is actually their arrogance, but it comes across as confidence. They can seemingly be successful and talented. The vulnerable can seem to be the victim and to be struggling in life, and they've had it oh so hard, and you can sort of be drawn to them. You can be drawn to the people who seem to have it all together, and you can be drawn to people who are struggling, because we ourselves might want to have it all together, or at times we might seem to have it and then life happens and it all gets turned upside down. We ourselves go through struggles, so we can find them quite relatable. Yet with narcissistic individuals, there's no sort of rhyme or reason to who or what they are attracted to as such. Some narcissistic individuals can have their types and others do not. However, they do admire confident people, successful people, talented people, independent people, assertive people. They do actually admire these qualities within people, and they can actually want to latch on for the ride. They can't latch on for the ride, they'll usually go all out to find a way to destroy you or put you down or talk badly about you or claim how you're useless or spread some rumours about you to destroy you any way they can. However, there is usually some form of quality that they admire within you. And whatever that quality is, they are going to idolize that within you. They're going to put you on that pedestal. They're going to come on strong with the attention and the affection and the flattery and the charm and the charisma. They're going to be very attentive to who you are and your needs. They're going to seemingly be incredibly supportive because they admire something about you and they want to be in your circle. They want to be around you. They admire your independence. They admire your assertiveness. They admire whatever it is that is of benefit to them, that makes them look good. They can admire your possessions. And they're going to come on strong in the beginning. They are going to attach themselves to you like a leech. You're going to find it difficult to shake them off. Yet if you do try to shake them off, they're going to make you feel cruel for not wanting to spend time with them. And as they've not done anything wrong, you're the one that feels like the bad person. And in the beginning, it gives you that sense of euphoria and excitement as they pop you on that pedestal and they treat you so well. However, that idolization is extremely short-lived, because the things that they are idolizing within you, the things that were attracted to within you, they're incredibly envious of, deeply envious of. They're envious of others, but they twist it. They believe you're the one that's envious of them. You're the one that wanted them. You're the one that needed them. In the beginning, when they're idolizing you, it's very easy to show them the affection and the attention back because it feels good. And then when the cracks start to appear and you can sort of back off a bit and think, ooh, something doesn't seem quite right, they get offended. They start devaluing you. They start making you look like the problem. The things that they once admired within you, they start to criticize you. They start to chip away at you. They start to gaslight you, mock you, humiliate you, make you feel like you're worth less than you actually are. Any assertiveness you once had, they will drill out of you. They will make you feel like your opinions are faulty in some way. Can't have a healthy debate, a healthy argument with them. They need to be right, and they will prove you to be wrong. But they do it in a way because they believe it's your fault for no longer serving them. So they're very convincing. You can be convinced that they said or did something, and they will be more convincing that they didn't. They will go all out to gaslight your reality, to belittle you, to undermine you, to cause those insecurities and that self-doubt and that emotional pain within you. So you are in a state of disbelief, in a state of shock, absolutely no idea who you are as a person, because this person that once treated you so well and claimed to like things about you and wanted to be around you and showered you with that attention is suddenly ignoring you and disappearing on you and telling you that you're not good enough. And once they bring you to the point of utter despair and depression, they discard you like you meant absolutely nothing to them. They move on to someone new, often without any form of warning. Now, they can actually discard you. They can up and leave and ghost you, so you don't know where they are. They can discard you and move in with your neighbour. They can discard you and they will have some form of new supply lined up. But they can also discard you by simply just becoming cold and distant towards you, becoming indifferent towards you. With their double standards, they can be indifferent towards you, but you should never be indifferent towards them. A narcissistic parent, if they believe their child isn't serving their needs, will happily become cold and distant to that child and then perhaps pick up a new partner or pay attention to another child. As soon as that other child is no longer pleasing them, they drop that child and pick up an old child. And the cycle repeats. They idolize whoever it is that they're wanting something from. They devalue anyone who's a potential threat to them or they're envious of. And they discard anyone who's not serving them. And it leaves people feeling abandoned and confused and rejected. They get you to the point where you're the one that fears abandonment and rejection, so you walk on eggshells around them to bring back the charming person that you met. So the person that devalues you doesn't just up and leave you. Narcissistic individuals tend to fear things such as failure, abandonment, rejection, criticism, being vulnerable with others, exposure, being insignificant, loss of control. And yes, we're all capable of fearing these things, which is why we usually do things so that it doesn't happen. We usually don't do things that we could get exposed on. We avoid doing it in the first place. We all make mistakes. So yes, we can all fail. We don't like being criticised, so we can struggle to even give constructive feedback to other people. A narcissistic individual will make these worst fears come true for you so that they can feel better about themselves. They'll mock you when you fail rather than encouraging you and supporting you and saying, hey, to fail is our first attempt in learning. No, they'll just mock you and criticise you and claim that you can't do something or talk about how amazing somebody else is. They'll reject your thoughts and your feelings. They'll abandon you at your time of need. They'll criticise you and nitpick away at you and chip away at you and humiliate you and then claim they were only joking. They will get you to a place of vulnerability and then exploit those vulnerabilities within you. They will threaten to expose things about you that don't necessarily affect anyone, but your personal information when you've been vulnerable with them. They'll make you feel insignificant and they'll make you feel like, why is this happening to me? Like there's nothing you can do. Yet when it comes to narcissistic individuals, these fears are what leads them to manipulate other people to get their needs met. Only their manipulation usually leads them to isolation. It leads them to pushing people away. It leads them to that fear of exposure and rejection and abandonment. And the cycle repeats. They just move on to a new source of supply and they repeat the same behaviour. Depending on the narcissist, depending on the new supply, it can take 6 months, it can take 6 years. They still repeat, it's who they are. And it all depends on the circumstances of how much people are wanting to put a front on to prove that they're not the issue. So if a narcissist has cheated on a partner and moved in with someone new, that someone new might go all out to keep the relationship, keep the appearances going, because it's not till 2-3 years in that they recognise that now I see what they did, now I see who they are. And we can all have that sense of pride. We can all have that sense of pride. It doesn't make someone narcissistic. What makes someone narcissistic is their sense of entitlement, their lack of empathy, their exploitative nature, their grandiose, their arrogant behaviour, their envy towards others, the belief they're special, the preoccupation with themselves and going all out to exploit and manipulate people to get their needs met. So when it comes to dealing with a narcissist, we can have a belief, and there's a little lie in every belief. We can have a belief of who they are as a person based on who they sell themselves to be. And then we can have a belief that we're the one that brings the worst out in them, not recognising that they're the ones who are bringing the worst out in us. And what we need to do is stop changing to please them and change and move away from them so that we can create a better life for ourselves. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon: 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, and they'll be in the description also if you'd like to check them out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.